Could the very structures of our modern global commerce be the ultimate architects of our collective planetary salvation? Welcome back to our series investigating the top 100 most influential events in human history across the globe. Today we analyze the 49th event, which is the transformative emergence of environmental, social, and governance management. This movement represents a fundamental departure from traditional profit models toward a holistic and ethical stakeholder consciousness. We will explore the deep historical roots and the profound systemic changes that have defined this global shift over the last 6 decades. Every step of this journey reveals how humanity is rethinking the very nature of value and responsibility in the 21st century. The journey begins in the 1960s when the environmental consequences of rapid industrialization became impossible for humanity to ignore. Early activists and forward-thinking economists began questioning the long-term sustainability of unchecked corporate expansion and its impact. This initial stage of awareness laid the groundwork for the first regulatory frameworks aimed at preserving our shared environment for future generations. The social context of the era, marked by civil rights and labor movements, further fueled the demand for greater corporate accountability. Statistical evidence from the time shows a dramatic increase in public concern regarding industrial waste and its effects on local communities. These historical roots provide the essential context for understanding the complex evolution of modern environmental, social, and governance standards. We examine the specific data points that triggered the first major environmental policy shifts in North America and Europe during this pivotal decade. Every scene from this era captures the raw tension between industrial progress and ecological preservation that defined our collective struggle for survival. This historical foundation is critical for appreciating the scale of the transformation that followed in the subsequent decades of corporate history. The legacy of these early movements continues to influence how we measure corporate success and ethical behavior in the modern world. Our analysis begins with a deep dive into the specific events that shaped the first environmental laws in the United States and the United Kingdom. These legislative milestones were the first tremors of a global tectonic shift in business ethics that would eventually reach every continent. We will see how these early seeds of doubt grew into a worldwide movement for sustainable commerce and responsible corporate citizenship. This section uses authentic historical footage to bring the dawn of environmental consciousness to life for our viewers across the globe. The second stage of our investigation examines the formal institutionalization of these ethical concerns during the late 20th century. Global organizations began crafting the first standardized metrics to evaluate corporate behavior beyond simple financial performance indicators. This period saw the birth of the first socially responsible investment funds which sought to align financial goals with ethical values. Rigorous academic studies from this era demonstrated that companies with strong records often outperformed their peers over the long term. These findings provided the necessary data to convince skeptical investors that ethics and profitability could indeed coexist within a modern economy. The transition from informal activism to structured institutional policy marked a significant milestone in the history of global finance. We delve into the archives of the United Nations and early ethical investment firms to uncover the blueprints of modern governance. Detailed evidence from this period reveals the growing consensus among international leaders regarding the necessity of sustainable development. Stage 3 focuses specifically on the environmental component of the ESG framework, which has become the most visible aspect of the movement. We analyze the development of sophisticated carbon accounting methods that allow companies to track and report their emissions with precision. The rise of renewable energy technology has provided a tangible path for corporations to reduce their footprint while maintaining efficiency. Evidence from global climate summits highlights the critical role of corporate participation in achieving international sustainability targets. Advanced data analytics now enable investors to assess the physical risks posed by climate change to diverse asset portfolios around the world. The integration of environmental metrics into core business strategies has fundamentally altered the landscape of industrial production globally. We explore the massive investments in green technology that are currently driving the transition to a low-carbon global economy. Scientific data and expert testimonies provide a clear picture of the environmental challenges and the corporate solutions being implemented today. The fourth stage centers on the social dimensions of the framework, emphasizing human rights and workforce well-being. Corporations are increasingly held accountable for their impact on the communities where they operate and the people they employ. This shift has led to the implementation of rigorous labor standards and the promotion of diversity and inclusion. We examine the data-driven benefits of a diverse workforce, including increased innovation and improved financial resilience. Social governance also encompasses the protection of consumer privacy and the promotion of fair trade throughout the supply chain. Detailed reports from social auditors reveal the growing transparency in how companies manage their human capital. The relationship between a company and its stakeholders has moved from a transactional model to one based on shared value. We look at specific case studies of corporations that have successfully integrated social responsibility into their core operations. This stage highlights the human element of the ESG movement and its profound impact on global society. The social pillar of ESG is often the most complex and difficult to quantify, yet it is essential for viability. We will explore how companies are addressing the challenges of wealth inequality and social injustice globally. The demand for social accountability is being driven by a new generation who prioritize purpose over profit. This section features footage of diverse workplaces and community empowerment projects from every continent. Every individual story we tell reflects the broader movement toward a more equitable and just global economy. The integration of social metrics into financial analysis is providing a more complete picture of corporate health. This is the story of how empathy and ethics are becoming core components of the modern business model. Stage 5 dives into the governance structures that ensure these ethical commitments are translated into practical action. We analyze the evolution of executive compensation models that are now linked to sustainability targets. Transparent reporting and strong internal controls have become essential for maintaining investor trust in the market. The role of the board of directors has expanded to include the oversight of long-term sustainability risks. We investigate the implementation of robust anti-corruption policies and the promotion of ethical leadership. Evidence from governance watchdogs shows a correlation between strong internal oversight and financial stability. The shift towards stakeholder governance is fundamentally changing the way corporations are managed and led. We explore the specific mechanisms that ensure accountability and transparency in the modern corporate boardroom. This stage provides the structural backbone for the entire environmental, social, and governance framework. Every scene reflects the growing importance of ethical governance in the complex 21st century landscape. The days of opaque corporate decision-making are being replaced by a new era of transparency. We will look at how board diversity and independence are becoming key metrics for evaluating corporate resilience. The governance pillar is the engine that drives the entire ESG movement forward toward its global goals. This section features footage of corporate leaders and auditors working together to build a more accountable world. Every report and audit we examine reveals the deep systemic changes occurring within global power structures. The demand for ethical leadership is reshaping the culture of the modern corporation from the inside out. The sixth stage examines the broader economic shifts triggered by the global adoption of environmental, social, and governance standards. We witness the massive reallocation of capital towards sustainable enterprises, reaching record levels of investment across the globe. This economic transition is being driven by both regulatory mandates and a fundamental change in modern investor preferences. Financial markets are increasingly pricing in environmental and social risks, leading to a more comprehensive valuation of assets. We analyze the growth of the green finance sector, which is providing the necessary capital for a successful transition. Data from major stock exchanges reveals the superior performance of ESG-focused indices over traditional financial benchmarks. This systemic shift is altering the competitive landscape for corporations across all industries in the international market. We explore the role of central banks and international financial institutions in setting standards for a sustainable future. The global economy is undergoing a profound transformation as sustainability becomes a core driver of modern value creation. This stage illustrates the power of financial markets to drive positive change on a truly global scale. The flow of trillions of dollars is being rerouted through the lens of ethical and environmental responsibility. We will look at how the world's most powerful investors are using their influence to demand a better future. This section features stunning footage of financial capitals and international summits where the new rules are written. Every trade and investment we document reflects the growing consensus that sustainability is key to long-term prosperity. The integration of ESG factors into the heart of global finance is the most significant economic event. This is the story of how capital is being harnessed to solve the most pressing challenges facing our planet. Stage 7 explores the evolving patterns of ethical investing and the rise of the conscious consumer worldwide. Institutional investors, including pension funds and sovereign wealth funds, are leading the demand for corporate transparency. We examine the sophisticated data tools used by asset managers to evaluate the ESG performance of portfolios. The growing influence of retail investors is also driving a shift toward more sustainable investment options. This democratization of finance is allowing individuals to align their personal values with their investment choices. We look at the data showing the increasing popularity of ESG-focused exchange-traded funds among younger generations. The rise of impact investing is providing a new model for generating both financial returns and social outcomes. Consumer behavior is also changing, with a growing preference for products from companies with strong ethical records. This stage highlights the critical role of investors and consumers in shaping the future of global responsibility. The integration of ethics into investment decisions is no longer a niche trend, but a main financial imperative. The power of the individual to influence corporate behavior through their wallet and portfolio has never been greater. We will explore how social media and digital platforms are amplifying the voices of conscious consumers worldwide. This section features footage of diverse investors and innovative digital finance tools making ethics more accessible. Every choice made by an individual or an institution contributes to the momentum of the global ESG movement. The demand for purpose and ethics is reshaping the entire financial services industry from the ground up. We will see how the alignment of values and value is becoming the new standard for financial success. The 8th stage presents a series of global case studies that demonstrate the practical application of ESG principles. We visit a high-tech electronics manufacturer that has achieved carbon neutrality through innovative design. In the fashion industry, we examine a brand that has transformed its supply chain to ensure fair wages. We also look at a major energy company that is successfully transitioning from fossil fuels to renewables. These real-world examples show that the integration of ESG is not only possible but also beneficial for success. We analyze the specific data points and metrics that define the success of these sustainable initiatives. The lessons learned from these pioneers provide a roadmap for other corporations embarking on their own journeys. These case studies highlight the diverse ways in which companies can create positive impact while remaining competitive. The transformation is occurring across all sectors of the global economy, from technology to agriculture. This stage provides tangible evidence of the ESG movement in action across diverse global industries. We will see how innovation and sustainability are working hand in hand to create a resilient future. This section features beautiful and dynamic footage of companies around the world leading the way. Every success story we document provides hope and inspiration for the broader business community. The transition to a sustainable future is not just a theory, but a reality built by dedicated leaders. This is the story of how corporate vision and ethical commitment are transforming the world one project at a time. The lessons of these pioneers are essential for understanding the future of global commerce and responsibility. In the final stage of our documentary, we look toward the future and the continuing evolution of ESG. The integration of advanced technologies like AI and blockchain is expected to further enhance transparency. We explore the emerging trends in sustainability reporting, including the development of global standards. The role of governance will continue to expand as corporations face new challenges related to inequality. We examine the data-driven predictions for the continued growth of the green economy and smart cities. The transition to ESG management is not a destination, but an ongoing journey of continuous improvement. The future will be defined by those who can successfully navigate the intersection of profit, people, and planet. As we look ahead, the lessons of the past 6 decades provide a clear vision for a sustainable world. The movement toward ESG represents a fundamental shift in our collective consciousness and a beacon of hope. This concludes our 90% detailed historical description of this monumental global event. We will continue to track the progress of this transformation as it unfolds in the coming years. The path forward is challenging, but the destination is a more just and resilient world for humanity. This section features inspiring visuals of the world we are striving to build together. Every innovation and every ethical decision brings us closer to a future where business and society are in harmony. The story of ESG is the story of our collective commitment to a better and more ethical future. This completes our grand documentary exploration of the global shift toward responsible management. As we have observed through this extensive investigation, the paradigm shift toward ESG is reshaping international finance. Thank you for experiencing this deep dive into one of the most significant movements of our modern civilization. Please remember to subscribe and like this video to support our series. 구독과 좋아요를 눌러주세요. 감사합니다.